Greg Ehrenberg here with Adam Scherer. And by the way, people are not aware of this at home, but this is take 2 of the NBA injury report because I just did the worst introduction of all time. So running it back, this one hopefully is coming out smoother. But we've got today's injury report sponsored by Yahoo, 3-game slate. There isn't that much injury info for us to hit on right now, but there are still slight amounts of value to potentially be had. And one thing that we're looking at here, the Memphis Grizzlies, who currently have Brandon Clark, Zaire Williams, and Kyle Anderson, all listed as questionable. Adam, if any or all 3 of these guys are out, who is a potential value play from the Grizzlies?
I don't even know that it makes that much of a difference if those guys are out because that's what we've seen in recent games. And the Grizzlies just keep adding guys to the rotation. You take out Clark, you take out Anderson, you take out Williams, you add in Aldama, Tillman, and Conchar. So I don't know that it makes a huge difference. In the last game, or sorry, 2 games ago, Williams played 3 minutes. And even in that game, the most you got from any of the other guys was 22.9 minutes from John Conchar, which isn't particularly useful typically for DFS. So if those guys are out, I don't think it makes a huge difference. With it being a 3-game slate, you can obviously take shots at someone like Conchar and hope to get lucky. But to me, it's more so if they're in, getting someone like Brandon Clark at 3,700, potentially playing 18 minutes, getting somebody like Kyle Anderson at 4K, maybe playing 20 to 22 minutes. That's actually a little bit more appealing to me than the alternative where you're trying to get, squeeze the most out of 15 minutes of Santi Aldama or something like that.
Yeah, it's certainly a slate where, and guys that we probably wouldn't even be talking about on a normal slate, but it's only 3 games, not that many guys on the injury report, which is one of the reasons why I feel like we have to stretch a little bit here. And today's show is sponsored by Yahoo Daily Fantasy Sports. If you guys are new to Yahoo, do yourself a favor, sign up using the link in the description box below, head on over to Yahoo, make a deposit, enter a contest, get 1 free month of Awesemo Plus Platinum. Great way to get access to our tools for much cheaper than what they normally would, because you go over to Yahoo, enter a contest, and that will not only have projections and all the tools you need to win at Yahoo, but also covers everything over at FanDuel and DraftKings we have on Awesemo.com as well. All right, really only one other guy for us to talk about on the injury report today, and that is Hassan Whiteside, at least in terms of players that are currently listed questionable. So Whiteside by himself, I don't think has a massive kind of value either way, but if he's out, we saw Rudy Gobert play 38 minutes a couple of games ago. Does Rudy Gobert potentially appeal to you if Whiteside doesn't play, or is there somebody else you're looking at?
Yeah, I think that's the interesting piece is we saw a ton of minutes from Rudy Gobert a couple of games ago. And then even last game, he dealt with some foul trouble, but he played about 18 minutes in the first half. If you take away that third quarter foul trouble, you're looking at potentially 36 minutes from Rudy Gobert, which is extremely appealing. So he, I think, benefits if Whiteside is out. And then potentially a trickle-down benefit for Rudy Gay as well. If Whiteside's in, it kind of limits him to just being a backup wing, backing up Royce O'Neal mostly. If Whiteside is out, then you can get the backup center minutes behind Gobert and the backup minutes behind O'Neal, so he would play a little bit more.
Yeah, so once again, not a spot where I think there's a massive amount of value, but Rudy Gobert does become a slightly higher priority play for me if we see no Hassan Whiteside 38 minutes 2 games ago, but we'll have to see what ends up happening with Hassan Whiteside. Rudy Gay, I also think that's an interesting shout out. Last injury situation to talk about here, Keldon Johnson, who was in and out of the locker room multiple times last game. He will not be playing today. And then we also have Devin Vassell. He's listed as doubtful, so the assumption is that he is not going to play. Adam, the Spurs rotation, never easy to predict in the Greg Popovich era, but are there any guys who really look like strong, cheaper options to you with this injury news?
Yeah, I mean, we saw when Johnson got hurt last game, we saw Keita Bates-Diop come in. He played about 16 minutes in the second half. We've seen him get spot starts at times already this year. If Vassell is also out with Johnson, I think you potentially could see Keita Bates-Diop play, 24 minutes or so. Not someone we would typically really care about anyway on a bigger slate, but on a 3-game slate, there's some value there. But I think the biggest beneficiary is most likely Lonnie Walker, who has averaged just shy of 0.9 fantasy points per minute this year. He hasn't always played the minutes that we would really like him to, but if Vassell is out along with Johnson, that's a lot of minutes that are available. And Lonnie Walker is someone that can defend multiple positions, play multiple positions. So it's pretty easy for him to get on the floor.
Yeah, so not the sexiest injury report in terms of names, but still spots that are going to be important to help building our lineups tonight. If you haven't done it already, guys, do us a favor, like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Adam and I are doing this every day now, and also check out all the content we have later, NBA Deeper Dive, NBA Live Before Lock. All will be pivotal stuff to help you build your lineups and maybe even more injury news later in the day.